Are there expropriation bills in my province? Well, the short answer is yes. Every single province in Canada has some sort of expropriation bill. Across the board, many of your land use bylaws will be quoting sections of the MGA or the Municipal Government Act. And in there, they do have some pretty hostile wording about what they can and can't do on your land. And part of that's expropriation. But here are some of the provinces that you really need to pay attention to that I'm seeing a lot of activity in. Alberta. Similar to Ontario and BC, with authority extending to municipalities and certain public bodies. Tensions are rising with proposals to expand infrastructure or rezone farmland for urban development. Ontario allows municipalities, the province, and other bodies like Metrolinx to expropriate land. Cases like the Wilmot Township land expropriation raise alarm due to the quiet process and limited consultation with farmers. British Columbia. They grant the province and municipalities the power to expropriate for highways, transit, or public works. Farmers and rural landowners are increasingly vocal about fears of green development being used as a cover for land grabs. Saskatchewan and Manitoba. Less publicized, but similar powers exist. Farmers remain watchful, especially in light of broader land use changes. Quebec. Very structured, but often favors the state. Compensation rules can be controversial. Urban expansion near Montreal has triggered pushback from small landowners. And the Atlantic provinces. Each has their own expropriation legislation. For example, Nova Scotia's Expropriation Act. Smaller in scale but still active, particularly around highways and energy projects. So while expropriation is technically supposed to serve public interest, there are growing concerns over the lack of transparency and public consultation that we're seeing, loopholes allowing seizure for private development under a public label, and the quiet creeping trend of rural farmland expropriation without media attention. Start being diligent and keeping a watchful eye on any changes that your city, county, or municipality are making, especially when it comes to land use bylaws. Things you want to keep an eye out for? Definitely the changes of definitions. Like, who owns the topsoil? What constitutes a waterway? What is conservation land? They're changing the definitions all the time now. If something doesn't sound right, ask questions. And don't let them flake you off, because they do like to do that. I should know. They get very defensive at these meetings and don't like to give you a lot of time to voice your opinion and ask questions. Start talking to people. Start educating them. Ask them things like, do you know about land expropriation here in my province? Or did you know that they're putting forward a bill to do this, this, and this? You need to start the conversations, because the problem is a lot of people don't know.